Most of us get introduced to the idea of the law of attraction very early on in our spiritual journey because it's exciting. It's like our first introduction to the fact that we might have got life all wrong and that the laws of the universe are actually kind of weighted in our favour if we learn to use them right. And of course that is totally, in my experience, and 100% true. And of course you'll be going through this too. However, there are 4 things that most people on YouTube don't mention about the law of attraction. Not the intrinsics of it, not how it's done, but the 4 real truths, you know, the 4 things that I wish I'd have known a hell of a lot earlier that people just don't mention. Maybe it's because they're too scared. I say this sometimes, but maybe it's because they just want to give the nice bits so that they get more followers or whatever. But for me, there are 4 things that I've thought about that I really wish I would have known at the start, because we can get a little bit tetchy with it, can't we? We can get a little bit mind strong with it, and then a bit frustrated when things don't instantly manifest. So here's 4 things, 4 law of attraction truths that I wish I knew a little bit earlier. Now, I'm not here to tell you what you want, what you don't want. I don't know you better than you know you, right? But I know me, and in that sense, we are kind of similar. We're all one. We're all working with the same operating system. We're all working with the same software and hardware, essentially. But the first law of attraction truth that I wish I knew a little bit earlier is the realization that you don't want it all at once. I used to think that I just wanted £50 million, you know, handed to me on my lap right now. Alakazam, bring it in, shabam, all mine. But you don't want it like that. Trust me. Well, I mean, you know you, right? But I didn't want it like that. I did at the start. I thought, oh my God, this will bring me so much satisfaction for me to learn the rules of the universe and just apply them in my life, and then instantly, bam, money will be attracted into my life. And whilst experiences like that definitely can happen, because I've had experiences like that, you don't really want it all right now. I found myself, and this takes a bit of maturity really in us to see that we kind of do want to work for the process. We say that law of attraction is done on beliefs, and we can, you know, sit in a meditation seat and believe our way into greatness, you know, and that's kind of half right. But it's like you're kind of in that state, and it will work for some of us, but in that state we're trying to attract into something that we're kind of not ready for, in a sense. We're not worthy for really big amounts of money if we're just going to sit there and will it in, you know, with our mind. It's great bringing ourselves to a nice vibrational state and feeling really good in ourselves, but part of that goodness in our self-feeling comes from knowing that we're earning what we're getting. And this is just my experience of it. I would have felt a fraud to myself, because the only person you can't lie to is yourself. I would have felt, and yes, £50 million would have been nice to just have as a buffer, but I would have felt a fraud if I'd have got thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds, for example, by doing nothing. It wouldn't be in line with my purpose, for example. So the first law of attraction truth that I wish I knew earlier was that you don't want it all at once. It will come in dribs and drabs, like mine is. And then it will be like the Hansel and Gretel story, where they're following the little tidbits, little crumbs towards their big goal, and it's like that, and that's insatiating. That really, I have goosebumps speaking about it right now, because it's true. Like, this is the way my life is working out. Like, you just get little clues, little tidbits, little money goals keep coming in as you wind your way through this road to glory, so to speak. That's the way you want it. Maybe you don't, but that's the way I want it, and that's the first truth. That's the first law of attraction truth that I wish I knew earlier. That I didn't want it all at once, and that I want the journey, I crave the journey. 2, And this one might be hard to hear, but we know it's true, and that is, sometimes you just have more things to learn. Sometimes life, you're not ready. I'll speak for myself. If I'd have started getting the money that I'm getting now from my business, I would not have been ready for it. Even 6 months ago, let's say. Definitely not a year ago. Because if we're honest with ourselves, the universe only gives you what you're ready for. If you're harbouring lots of really bad habits, the universe has the best intention for you. But if you're harbouring really damaging habits inside of yourself, what is you getting what you want? How is that going to help you grow? Because if you get a shed load of money, let's say, for example, let's just keep this on one tune, one format, abundant, then how are you going to grow? You're going to keep hold of those bad habits, and you're going to keep, if anything, the money is going to make those bad habits worse. You're going to play out, you're going to sponge, you're going to play out those bad habits more, and it's unhealthy for you, and life doesn't want that for you. Once you're on this spiritual journey, shall we say, life has its best intentions for you. Yes, it will protect you. Yes, it will correct you, and it has done that for me many, many times, but it's looking out for you. Sometimes you've got an image in your mind of what you want, but sometimes you don't want it now, and the universe, maybe you do want it now, and that's what creates the frustration. The universe knows that giving it to you now will not serve you in your highest purpose. Sometimes we have to have these things at a distance from us. It's not like you're not going to get it. Trust me, you'll get it. This is the way that the law of attraction works. But one law of attraction truth that I wish I knew earlier, truly, is that sometimes you have to learn more lessons, a few more lessons, just a couple more lessons before you really do start manifesting your dreams. Because sometimes we're just not mature enough for our dreams. One law of attraction truth, the third law of attraction truth that I wish I knew earlier, is very simple. Gratitude works. I'll say that again because it's so important. Gratitude just works. It is the most potent form of attraction that you can engage with. You just need to find where you can be grateful in your life. I had an experience where I was, quite frankly, tough out of luck. I'd hit rock bottom. I'm not meaning rock bottom emotionally, but I mean, I suppose it kind of was, but rock bottom financially. Like, I had nothing, and it was my bad habits that had got me into that situation. However, I had nothing. It was the worst moment in my life. But in that moment, because you've hit rock bottom, the only power you have in that moment is to look for things, look for your abundance perhaps, in things that at first seems like you're not abundant, you know? But we have to bear in mind, we can be grateful for just about anything. The one thing that we can be grateful instantly is our life. Even if our life's really, not where we want it to be, and we're finding it really tough. Sometimes finding things to be grateful for is difficult, right? I get that, I've been there. Even sometimes when life's really high, actually no, that's a lie. It's easy to find things to be grateful for when life's going really good, but we sometimes don't do it, But it is that gratitude, the attitude of gratitude, but not just the attitude of it, the feeling that we stoke up of gratitude inside of us that changes your life. It is that gratitude, in my experience, that will bring more things into your life. Of course, sometimes we offer mixed vibrations, don't we? We offer gratitude, and then we offer self-doubt and sadness, and then we do sometimes attract into our lives crap and good at the same time. And sometimes that's like a transitionary period where we're refining ourselves. But in those periods, it's so important to find as many things as we can to be grateful for. That's just my experience. Because you don't have to listen to me. Do what you want. It's your life, but it works for me, and it is currently working for me. The fourth law of attraction truth that I wish I knew earlier is that attraction is really all vibration. It's vibrational, it's emotional, it's energetic. And overarching all of these things, in a sense, it's spiritual. Law of attraction is 100% based in spiritual ethics and spiritual laws. The universal laws is spiritual. Yes, of course our bodies are biological, but it's spiritual first, His whole existence is spiritual. And when we become, I suppose, and start acting in alignment with that spiritual, when we start acting in alignment with our spiritual ethic, shall we say, we start manifesting crazy style. When we start speaking things, our intentions play out, our intentions come to fruition. And this is what we call in yoga, one of the siddhis that we get from practicing asteya, meaning non-stealing. But, you know, for example, one of the siddhis that we get, one of the superpowers that we get is that our intentions, our words become manifest. But it's a spiritual principle, isn't it? Asteya, non-stealing, not just non-stealing things, but, you know, not stealing other people's ideas, not robbing yourself of experiencing sad moments, you know, lots of things there. But bearing in mind that attraction comes from comes from our state of being, it comes from our vibration, it comes from our emotional state, and we do have to, if we can. It's why most of the law of attraction people say you have to create that state inside of you. Think of the big dream and then create that state, create that feeling of gratitude, yes. But that gratitude comes with a feeling, doesn't it? And it's that state of being. Really, truly, it's the state of being that we put ourselves into that then attracts things towards us. And that's one of the things that I really wish I knew earlier, that it's spiritual in its basis. Because these spiritual principles that we then live by and act out create a beautiful state of being inside of us, and that's really what we're doing it for, that inner manifestation. It creates an amazing life for us internally. We just feel freaking amazing, and then with that freaking amazing feeling, our external world changes, because we then, from that state of being, from that energy, from that vibrational state, from that emotional wellness, we bring into our lives and attract new clients for our business. We attract amazing opportunities that we would not have been able to perceive if we were not in that state of being. There's my 4 things that I wish I knew earlier. 4 law of attraction truths I wish I knew, you know, a little bit earlier in the journey. They're just true. You know, law of attraction, we can't just attract things with our minds, especially if our minds are a bit, you know, if we don't have a really good quality of stillness inside first. And that's spiritual in nature. And we have to, I suppose, really build that up first, build that strong foundation before we can begin really willing and really manifesting the life of our dreams. So if it isn't working out for you, that might be one reason why. There might be other reasons. But for now, of course, down below, if you wish, there is a breathing practice. It's called cosmic double breathing. It will balance you or bring you into some blissful feeling. People are sending me messages every day saying about how this is really changing their internal state. It will do. Give it a go. You'll notice it changes your internal state, and it's from that internal state of being that we can then begin attracting positive things into our life. Down below, of course, as well, there is a free community for awakening souls. If you're going through an awakening process, or even if you're just trying to attract things into your life and you don't know how to do it, it's down below. It's free. I'll never charge you for it. Okay, that will do. Thank you very much for watching. Keep manifesting, stay strong, and have a lovely day.